It is 1840 on Friday, July the 3rd. Welcome. This is episode number 80. Can you believe it? 80 episodes of this nonsense, of this gluttony. Isn't gluttony a sin? Now, is it gluttony if you're fat, or like what if you're thin? Is that still gluttony? I'm assuming it's the act, right? That's a sin. Doesn't matter how much you weigh. I'm assuming. I honestly don't know, but I'm curious about that. But yeah, this is episode 80, and this is episode 2 of, well, sort of like, I don't know how to describe it, but we're back to the mac and cheese taste test, of course. This is episode 2 of the Matheson Food Company. However, I mean, I've already eaten 2 of them on a previous version of the mac and cheese taste test, but this is version number 2, and this is episode number 2 of the second version of the Matheson Food Company mac and cheese taste test. And so, what was I going to... Yeah. So, today, I'm going to be having the creamy, smoky mac. Yesterday, I forgot to do the French pronunciation. Fumé à l'ancienne. Now, I don't know why it says l'ancienne. That sounds like ancient to me. Like, that's the French word for ancient. So, I don't know what the dealio is with that. Fumé is smoky. Creamy smoke. L'ancienne is not creamy. 100% not, unless I'm like crazy. But yeah, so I don't know what the dealio is with the title, with the French title. It's like smoky ancient cheddar. That's how I would say it, even though there's literally no reference to cheese in the title. But anyway, that's what I'm having. This one I haven't had before. Here it is right here. It looks really good. It's a little lighter than the usual cheddar. You can also tell by the cover right there. This is slightly less orange than this, I suppose. But you know, the thing that sort of... Okay, once again, this is my favorite saying as of late. There are many moving parts to this, multiple levels. Now, before I even got this, so the initial ones that I bought were the original and the cracked pep. This was in the first mac and cheese taste test. So I've already eaten those. This one I haven't had before. And, however, I was doing a little bit of research back during the first mac and cheese taste test, and I stumbled across a Reddit post of some guy, some disgruntled person who had some pretty nasty things to say about this specific flavor, the creamy smoky mac. Now, that person had mentioned saying that they thought it was like a really artificial creamy flavor. What's the word I'm trying to think of? It's not artificial. It's like it's right on the edge of my tongue, but I can't think of it. Anyway, and he gave it 0 out of 5 stars. 0 out of 5. So this person was clearly disgruntled. I don't know, maybe he was just mad that he had to pay $4.19 for a box of mac and cheese. I would understand that. So I was going into this episode thinking, okay, I have to prepare myself for some type of synthetic. I think that's what I wanted to say. Synthetic, smoky flavor. And so the noodles were boiling in the pot, and whenever that happens, I always grab what is this called? The cheese packet. I open it and I take a bit of a whiff, I sneak a bit of a smell. And boy, oh boy, I thought it smelled amazing. I thought it smelled great. I swear. You can get that. You can see that. I thought it smelled awesome. The smell immediately seemed familiar to me. And I couldn't place it, and I still can't really place it. But I thought it smelled really good. And then I sort of came to the conclusion that it sort of smells like I get the smoky smell, but it also smells like it's spicy. Like there's some heat going on in the pack. I don't think there is, but that's the vibe I'm getting. And that's what is reminding me. And then I sort of, I've been going over for several minutes as the pasta was cooking. I'm trying to think, where do I know this smell from? And then what I think is happening is it's probably from like a chip flavor, some sort of flavor of chips that I had like literally once in my entire life. And I think it was probably something like jalapeno cheddar or like smoky jalapeno cheddar. If that even exists as a chip, I don't know. I don't know who would make that, but I know I've had a jalapeno cheddar chip before. I don't remember when, but that must be where I'm recognizing the smell. And so then I finished making it. I think it looks really cool. It sort of has like I don't want to say it has a greenish tinge to it, but it does have a greenish tinge to it, at least compared with the other ones. I don't know if that's why this is green. Maybe I'm just sort of like placebo affecting myself. Is that even the proper terminology for what maybe I'm biased because this is green. I don't think that's a placebo effect, but anyway, I'm really looking forward to eating this because I think it smells awesome. So I'm assuming it's going to taste awesome. Yesterday, what was it? It was the creamy sharp ched. This one right here. It did have sort of I don't want to say an off-putting smell, but there was a smell in there that I wasn't sold on. And as I ate it, it was still there. It was subtly still there, but it tasted really good. Now for this one, the creamy smoky mac, I love the smell of it so far. So I don't think it's even possible to go downhill from here because I've had the pasta multiple times. The pasta is the same for all of them. They're using the ep80 pasta. I cooked it perfectly. I did a taste test of like before I'm done boiling it, I taste test one to see the tenderness of it. It's cooked perfectly. So the only thing that will ruin this is if the milk has finally gone bad and I'm going to get really sick. That's the only way this can go south. So I'm still using that milk that had out of the carton that was leaking. I am really hot, man. I'll talk about that soon, but yeah, I'm still using that milk. So I did smell it before I put it in here. I thought it smelled like it doesn't smell bad, so I didn't get sick yesterday. I didn't get sick the day before, so I'm fully confident. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of speckles going on. I thought I was seeing things like something had just gone, like fell into the pot. But no, there's definitely some speckles going on. That must be the smokiness, right? Yeah, that guy on Reddit may not have enjoyed the smell, or maybe he was describing the taste. And I haven't tasted it yet, so I don't know. But that smell, I am loving that smell. Yeah, some chip company has to have like a smoky jalapeno cheddar, right? There. That looks so amazeballs. Okay. I never said that, ever, amazeballs, and then I've been using it like over the last couple of years, unironically. For 30 seconds. 35 or 30? I'll just do 30. It's so hot. Okay, so let's bring the box over. I already preemptively put my tape on my box of Kleenex. Okay. Yes, let's check out what we're listening to. Same song as yesterday. It's Cries from a Defective Mind, of course, 2024, March 2024, the last song I ever recorded. So sad, so depressing. Okay, there's that. Let's get my spoon. We listened to this yesterday, but I wanted to listen to it again. Yes, there you go. There's definitely speckles. I don't know if you can see or not, but there definitely is. You'll have to take my word for it. Light is off. Okay, so let's head over to the magical table. Light is off, yes. Oh my God. So it's Friday today. Today was supposed to be the end of the heat. The heat wave was supposed to be over. But take a gander at what we got going on here. It's actually, now that this is sort of in line with the fan, it's actually gotten cooler. So, but it was over 32 degrees. It was at 90 before I started making the pasta. You just have to believe me. This is ridiculous, man. Tomorrow it's supposed to be over 30 Celsius again. It's just unending. Well, it's not unending. It's going to finally end on Sunday. So, but still, like, come on. This is too much. Meanwhile, it literally just, okay, not just. I guess it's been 2 weeks. We're only 2 weeks officially into summer. I hate summer so much. Oh my God. Oh. Not a summer fan. I hate summer. Summer can die. Oh my God, this smells so good. I love the smell of this. So, what else do I have to talk about? I don't know. Let's just have a bite. Yeah, this tastes amazing. Like, guy on Reddit's crazy. This is so awesome. I love this so much. It's not spicy. I guess that's just the smoky flavor. I don't think it feels synthetic necessarily, like it, not in a bad way, you know? So I had, I just reminded me of this. I wasn't going to talk about this, but when I went to Tim Hortons and I got the blueberry sour cream glazed donut, that one, the blueberry tasted synthetic. I didn't mind it, but it did taste synthetic. This, it's just smoked. It's not like a flavor, but I don't mind it at all. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. Yeah, this is like an absolute home run. So good. It's funny, I was sold immediately when I smelled the packet, the cheese packet. Immediately. Actually, the first thing I did, I cut it and I looked inside. And I noticed that there was a bit of the color was different. It was slightly different. It wasn't as orange. It was like more yellowish, greenish, as opposed to straight up orange like the original. Oh my God. This is so good. Now, is this going to be my favorite flavor? I like this better than yesterday's, that's for sure. This might be my favorite flavor. And I'm not doing this just as retaliation to that Reddit guy. I prepared myself that I wasn't going to like it based off of that review. And turns out the review was bogus. It's probably like, it was probably a competitor, someone who works for the competition, and they were trying to sabotage the Matheson Food Company. I don't actually believe that, but that'd be funny if that's what was happening. Yeah, today's Friday. So tomorrow I'm going back to the grocery store, and I'm going to try to hunt down a couple more cakes, or at least one cake. I mean, ideally I would get two, but I can't finish 2 cakes in 5 days. There's just too much cake. Even 2 cakes in 6 days is too much. I would need like 8 days. but none of the cakes have a best before date that far into the future. So I'm just going to be getting one. And I just have to hope that they have one of the ones I'm after. If not, then I just have to try and I'll have to sort of sample some other type of cake that I'm completely unfamiliar with. But that's pretty much all I'm after, just the cakes. Oh, you didn't see that. I don't think I'm going to be getting any other sort of dessert. I might get the brownies again, you know, those Longo's brownies. Best before date, permitting. Also depends on what cake I get too, so. But I'm looking forward to going out there. I think I decided that I'd like to get some more mac and cheese too. There's definitely some more craft dinner flavors that I didn't try, so we might as well extend the mac and cheese taste test. I think I tried every flavor, well, I tried every flavor of Matheson Food Company. And I've tried most of the flavors of Annie's. I'll take a look at some potential more Annie's. And I think the only other option is craft dinner. You know, they also have those vegan options that are over $5 each, and I'm not even going to entertain those because they're just gimmicks, and I don't know. I mean, they could taste good, but I don't even want to acknowledge them. So if I did try them, I'd try them with an open mind, but for the simple fact that they're vegan and they're being marketed as healthier. Meanwhile, they're over $5 a box. Like, I'm not going to acknowledge that. Holy man. I might have to get another one of these. This is just too good. I might have to get another round of Matheson Food Company. Oh, this is amazing. With the two-betty pasta. And I've been doing a lot of planning today for my future excursion out into town, into a new town. And so I have it pretty almost all planned out. I've made a whole bunch of decisions today. I'm really happy with what I've decided. So I decided I'm going to go into town. I'm going to go to the 4 pizza places. I'll get a small pizza each. And I'll go to the 3 burger places and I'll get a burger each. No fries. And then I'll just have like a huge feast, a huge taste test feast for supper. I'm not going to make a video on location, unfortunately. I'd like to, but it will probably be shorter and I probably won't eat anything. I don't know, I'll have to think about that, but as of right now, I'm not planning on doing an on-location video, unfortunately. I'd really like doing those, even though they might not be interesting to watch, but I like doing them. It's in a different setting. Yeah, another thing I finally decided on what I was going to do was it was sort of a bit of a nightmare logistically to go to 7 different places. Now I mentioned that they're all at an intersection. At all 4 corners of the intersection, there's a plaza in each corner. And the funny thing is, there's a pizza place at every corner. So there are 4 corners, there's a pizza place at each one. So I'm going to all of them. And there's a burger place at all of them except for 1. So at 3 of the 4 corners, there's a burger place. So what I've decided that I'm going to do, I don't know the exact timing, but what I've decided I'm going to do, I'm going to go to a pizza place first at one of the intersections. I'll place my order for the small pizza. While it's being made, I'll go to the burger place at that corner. I'll get my burger, then I'll go back to the pizza place and grab my pizza when it's done. Then I'll go to the next corner and do the same, the next corner do the same, and the final corner, I guess, won't have a burger place, so I'll just have a pizza place there. Now, I don't know if that's the order I'm going to do it, but I'm going to sort of double up, and so I don't have to do too much screwing around. Try to make it as optimized as possible, timing-wise. And so, when I get home, I'll probably cut the burgers in half, and then I'll only heat up half of them. And with the pizzas, I can just do it slice by slice, because I'm going to have to do a lot of warming up. But ideally, I'd like to do it again the previous night, or the next night, the following night, because there's going to be a whole ton of food there. I'm assuming I'm not going to be able to finish it all, but I'd like to be able to do it over the span of 2 days at least. So, but even if I just do it over the span of one night, that's fine. But at the very least, I'm going to have a big bite of all 7 items. So, yeah, I plan on doing that later next week, probably maybe next Friday. I have to think about it. And I'll try to bring home another cake as well. So, one of the things I did today was I went on Amazon and I bought like a food bag, an insulated food bag. And I was trying to find the perfect size. And so I bought like a 12-inch by 12-inch by 12-inch? I don't know if it's a cube, but it's definitely like 12 by 12. I don't know how tall it is. It might only be 10 or something. It's very but I'll be able to fit 4 small pizza boxes in there. And then on the top, I'll be able to fit the burgers. And then I'll be able to carry it around. So I think that's really cool. That should arrive tomorrow, the bag. So happy about that. It's going to be stylish, going from place to place with my food bag. They're going to think I'm a delivery driver or something. Doing some freelance food delivery work. But I think that's going to make for a really cool video. I just have to make sure I heat it up properly. I'm going to try the air fryer. Hopefully it works out. Sorry, there's a girl in a towel on Grimm right now on TV. So I keep, looking over. And for the pizzas, for the toppings, it turns out all of the pizza places offer broccoli as a topping, except for one, which is great because that's one of my favorite pizza toppings. And so for the toppings, I'm going to have chicken, mushrooms, and broccoli. And for the place that doesn't have broccoli, I might just not add in it. I might not replace the topping. Like I might just have a topping less, or maybe I think I'll have green peppers instead of broccoli. And I might also have bacon strips on all of the pizzas as well. I haven't decided. I probably will, because that's like my ultimate pizza. To have chicken, bacon strips, broccoli, and mushrooms. I don't think I've ever done that before. But that would be my ultimate. I've done part of that myself on my homemade pizzas, but I haven't had chicken and bacon on the same pizza. It's been one or the other. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, so no Mary Brown's, unfortunately, and no like sandwich places. It turns out there's a Subway there too. So there's a Subway, there's a pita place, there's a burrito place, and then there's another sub place. So if I want to make yet another video in the future, I can do a sub taste test. So that's pretty cool. Actually, a sub taste test would be great because I could just stick them in the fridge. I didn't even think about that. I guess a burrito wouldn't be cold, right? At least, because there's meat in the burrito, I'd want that to be warm. I could heat the burrito up, yeah, that'd be fine. And if I do go to Mary Brown's again, I'll just get I'll make it Mary Brown's exclusive. Yeah, I'll just get a huge feast at Mary Brown's. I'll get one of everything from the menu. Something like that. Now one of the other girl characters is having some type of photo shoot. Wow. This was absolutely incredible. Matheson Food Company Creamy Smoky Mac. This was amazing. I absolutely love this. It reminds me of smoky jalapeno cheddar chips without the spiciness. I don't think it's spicy. Maybe there's a little bit of a kick, but not really, to be honest. Not really at all. But this was amazing. I think I'm going to put this as my favorite so far. I think that initially belonged to the cracked pep. That was basically the white cheddar Parmesan with pepper. That was really good as well. It had a very distinct flavor. But this was absolutely amazing. So I think I'm going to say that this is my favorite so far. Congratulations, Matheson Food Company. You've achieved something wonderful. And with that, we get to open up yet another new cake. Oh man. So I've eaten this cake before, I think twice on the video series already. And the cake I had yesterday actually replaced the cake I'm about to have in terms of ranking. So I'm having the Longo's what? The Longo's chocolate mousse cake. I'll just give you a quick show of what I'm having. I have the things here, the things. Once again, I'm very good at talking. What the heck? Where is it? Oh, here it is. It fell back. Yeah, so this is what I had over the last 2 days. This was the Longo's black and white truffle cake. This thing was absolutely amazing. It was an absolute banger. And I love it. And this is what I'm having now. And this is what I've had in the past. This is the chocolate truffle mousse cake. They're very similar. They're both chocolate mousse cakes, but one has white chocolate, the other doesn't. Normally, I'm not a big white chocolate guy, but this actually had some differences. They had some differences to each other. One of the things I theorized as being different was the sponge cake in the middle. And so today, actually, I read the ingredients, and sponge cake has a very slight difference in ingredients. So that's kind of interesting that they are indeed different. So I'm not crazy after all. Another potential difference I thought was the top icing. I thought they were different. And just looking at it with the naked eye, it seems like maybe this one is darker. I don't know if that's true. There were some other differences in the ingredients, but they also have different mousse, and they have different toppings, decorative toppings. So I guess it's hard to really determine where these differences in ingredients come from. Okay, so let's get this chocolate truffle mousse cake. Last one I had was a couple weeks ago, I guess. Yeah, I had it with the La Roca brownie chocolate cheesecake, which was amazing. I had I had a quarter of that and a quarter of this. Yeah, you can't really see it, so I'll take it out of its packaging. I'm gonna have half of it, of course. Yeah, this one looks really good. I think this one looks prettier, like on the top. It's very pretty. It's got like a white chocolate or a cream like river or something on the top there. It also has these pebbles, like these, I don't know what they are, those white pebbles, and it has that chocolate bow, and then it has some like icing, a chocolate flower underneath of icing. So this is a very pretty cake, but I think I did prefer, it tastes amazing too, by the way, but I think I did end up saying that the black and white cake was my favorite between these two. I knew I forgot something. I forgot my big knife. But of course, this cake is amazing as well. And I'm really looking forward to eating it. Now, the question always is, where do I cut it? Because it has this bow. I guess I'll have the bow one day and not the bow the other day. Okay, let's make sure it's equal. Is it? I honestly don't know. So let's have this side, I guess. This one almost, I don't know. For some reason, I always want to eat the bigger side first. So let's take a peek. See how it looks on the inside. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That looks good. All right, so let's put this one back in the fridge as soon as possible. Bring these things over, these utensils, the spatula and the big knife. And this goes in the fridge. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna rinse my fingers real quick. I love that mac and cheese so much. I definitely have to get at least one more packet of that. I've got to get 4 packs of that when I'm at the grocery store. Hopefully I remember. Ooh. All right, so here is your close-up. It's a very, very pretty cake. It looks very nice on the inside there. A lot of chocolate mousse. Smells amazing. Tastes amazing too. This is my 3rd time eating it. Obviously, I like it. That's gonna do a bit of a palate cleanser. There's some guest star on the show. She's really pretty. Just hot chick central. Oh. Okay, so I think whenever I eat this, I always take the bow off and then I just eat it, I guess. Come on. It's just solid chocolate. Maybe it's not different. Like the chocolate icing on the top. It might just be a case that it's been so hot that it's sort of changed the consistency of the icing. It's been so hot the last few days. Oh man. Yep. This is good. Yeah, I think I do prefer the black and white cake, but this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing this cake. I just want to make sure it's known that the black and white cake is on my higher ranking list. Like, these are both S tier cakes, but I have the black and white before this one. Also looking forward to getting some more milk. I haven't been drinking any milk besides what's been in my mac and cheese because I'm afraid that, you know, it's going bad. So I always have milk with my desserts. I always have milk with my pancake in the morning. So I really miss doing that. But tomorrow I'm going to get three new cartons. By the way, tomorrow, I believe it's July 4th. Yeah. Not Canada Day. Independence Day, I guess, for the U.S. Any potential American people out there? Oh. I also forgot that I still have half of this cake. So I guess I'm going to be eating the other half of this cake tomorrow, as opposed to the new cake that I'm going to buy. I forgot about that. Okay. I have to get into that mindset then. I just took this out of the freezer yesterday. So technically, I don't have to finish this half of this cake, the half of this cake, for like 5 days or something. Huh, that's interesting. Okay. I'll figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow. Yeah, there's 50% of your daily recommended saturated fat in 1/6 of this cake and the black and white cake from yesterday. So considering I cut the cake in half, whenever I do that, I eat 150% of my daily recommended saturated fat just for dessert. So that doesn't even include any of the other meals I have. So that's probably not the healthiest diet. Holy moly. Okay, so I think that's probably good if it falls like that. Right? Maybe not. Okay, a couple more bites. Oh my God. Come on. Won't let me grab this piece. I didn't even think I used my knife, did I? I don't think so. Oh, I did, to sort of transfer it from the spatula onto the plate. Oh my God. Okay, let me preemptively wipe my face first. Ah. I just refilled my water bottle before the video with cold water, and now it's warm. Should have put ice in it. Okay, well, that was obviously amazing, outstanding. I am very, very pleasantly surprised with this, especially after that horrendous review this flavor received on Reddit. But I clearly do not agree with it. This is my favorite flavor so far, the creamy smoky mac. Holy my God, is that ever good. So this is my number one now. Spoiler alert. Now tomorrow I'm gonna be having the original flavor. So that's the very first flavor I tried in the first mac and cheese taste test. However, back then I wasn't using enough milk while mixing it up. So now with my newfound mixing skills, I'm going to put the perfect amount of milk, and I'm going to see how that matches up. And then after that, I'm going to finish it off with the with the cracked pep. I think that's what it's called. And who knows, we might have some other flavors, some other craft dinner flavors. I have to check the mac and cheese aisle. I have to get back to eating, the frozen chicken strips, chicken nuggets, and fries as well. So you have to mix it up. You can't eat mac and cheese every day as much as you want, as much as you may want to. But I can still have it for a few more days. What did I got 5 Annies and then 4 Matheson Food Companies, so that's 9. That's a decent streak going. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Now for what? For dessert tomorrow. So I still have half of this cake, but I'll be coming home with another cake as well. So it really depends on what I get tomorrow at the grocery store. And then who knows, maybe I'll bring part of the new cake tomorrow and I'll sort of add a little slice of this as well. Sort of double it up. Who knows? Best case scenario, I guess. And maybe I'll bring home some new mac and cheese as well. And then I sort of have to prepare myself for the end of next week to try to go make another excursion into town for that huge, gigantic taste test, the burgers and pizza taste test. And coming home with another cake as well. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So I think I mentioned everything that I wanted to talk about. I guess I don't have, I know I'm forgetting something, but there's a bug on the screen. I don't know if it's on the view. Yeah, okay, it must have just been on the view screen. Otherwise, it would be like this giant bug if it was on the part where, like the camera part, right? Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow.